The joy of every YouTuber is to get their videos recommended by YouTube. But some people fail to understand that there are two ways to get views on YouTube. You can get views from the SEO page, which is from the search bar, or you can get views from the YouTube recommendation, which is the home page, or sometimes it could be through up next, that is videos by recommendation through another video. Views that comes from the home page, which is the recommendation page, tend to be more powerful. Like, it gets more viral if you actually know how to do it very well. Then for videos that are on the SEO page, which is the search bar, it is those kind of evergreen content like tutorial based content, okay? But for the sake of this lesson, I'll be talking more of views that comes from the home page, which is the recommendation page. For people to come and search things through the SEO page, which is the search bar, it means they actually came for something. And if they search for something, so many videos are going to pop up, and if your own is not well optimized, it's not going to show. But if your own is well optimized using the SEO stuffs, it's going to pop up. And most times you tend to fight with bigger channel that has more audience than you. So I actually prefer getting recommended through the homepage and up next, okay, because it actually makes it easier for me to go viral. But through the search bar or SEO page, I have to do a lot of work, which if I don't get it very well, my videos won't get views. Getting recommendations by YouTube doesn't have to do with SEO. Yes, I said it doesn't have to do with SEO. I'm going to explain it very well now for you to understand. For you to be recommended, it is the algorithm and you. Yes, the major thing that gets your video recommended is your title. Your title needs to be well crafted for you to even make it to the homepage. This is where you need to up your copywriting skills. Okay, I have experimented it with so many of my videos that got views, and when I looked at my creator studio, it gave me the answer that I needed to know about YouTube recommendation and how it works. So after making a video, you need to sit down and think of a caption. Not just a caption that is very captivating, that can actually get people to click on your video and watch it. But here is a trick to writing a captivating title. When writing your title, you need to add brackets, or you can add cap closures. Okay, this is where you further emphasize on what your topic is all about and what your video is saying. So you need to add either brackets or you add gap closures. Another thing you need to do when writing your video titles is to avoid clickbait titles. You know what clickbait is? You need to avoid it. Resist the urge to use clickbait when writing your titles, because when you use clickbait and if eventually if your video gets recommended and if someone clicks into it to watch it, and along the way they discover that what your video is saying and what the title is saying is a two different thing, they are going to click off immediately, and it is going to hurt your channel and your video in the long run, because your retention rate is going to reduce and your watch hour is going to reduce drastically. The views are not even it, your watch hour is the main thing, because if you're looking to monetize, you should be considering your watch hour and your audience retention. And I'm certain you want to monetize at the long run, okay? So you don't need to use clickbait titles. Resist the urge to use clickbait titles. It never ends well. It hurts your channel, and it can even make YouTube to stop recommending your videos, because once they see that your audience retention, that people are clicking in and going out immediately, it's going to pass a message that your video might be misleading or it's boring at some point. Okay, so resist the urge to use clickbait titles. Just craft your title very well and make it catchy and captivating. So but if you're finding it difficult to write a captivating title, you can make use of some AI tools. Some AI tools provide you with some captivating titles. All you need to do is just to give them a prompt. The prompts consist of what your video is talking about. You can even ask it to give you keywords, your tags, and all of that, okay? So it is totally free, and it gives you captions that actually gets views. All you need to do is to just rephrase it a little after it has given you that prompt. So it is just there for you. I make use of it sometimes. You can use Meta AI. It is available and it is free. So if you're finding it hard to get or to get inspiration, you can even use them for inspiration. You just see what they have to do. You just provide them with the necessary information that they need to understand what your video is talking about, and they give you your video title. So you get your captions right and well crafted, the algorithm is going to understand what your video is all about and recommend it to the right audience. Don't think the algorithm doesn't take note of all this, because according to my own experiences, when I write my captions just like that, I don't get the needed views and I don't get recommended, which is the right push I need to get my videos seen by more people. So when I started implementing all of this to my videos, I noticed a very high change to my videos and how I get recommended and the views that comes. And the most important part is my audience retention and my watch hour increasing, and not just the views. Another thing that gets you to recommend your videos is your thumbnail. Yes, your thumbnail works hand in hand with your title. Your title is the catch, while your thumbnail is the hook. So you need to get your thumbnail well drafted and well crafted. Okay, so for you to get a thumbnail that actually gets clicked, you need to understand the act of human psychology and how to pass out emotions. Okay, so you need to be expressive in your look. Make it a little bit expressive. Okay, you don't need to, if you want to be dramatic, you can be dramatic in your looks, but you don't need to overdo it. So when you get your thumbnail very well, YouTube is going to recommend it, because the thumbnail is what people see first before even checking your video title. So you need, another thing you need to do is to add another title, another subtitle to your thumbnail, but this time around it's going to be short and more simple. Okay, you simplify your main topic using your thumbnail. The topic you're going to include in your thumbnail is just going to be simple and attractive. People need to see it and understand what the video is saying. So it's just like you rounding up what your video is saying in its entirety. Okay, so you need to make a thumbnail that's captivating and draws more audience, because when I see a video, the first thing I look at is the thumbnail, how it is, and if I'm going to click, it depends on what the person did. So you just need to include a lot of skills when you're making your thumbnail. There is another thing you need to know about YouTube recommendation. I experimented this with my last video. So after I made my last video, I posted it and it started getting views little by little, but after a while it dropped. Okay, when you need to start checking your YouTube studio, your creator studio after every video you make, so because it will help you to adjust some little things in your video. So but after the video started getting views, it dropped a little, and when I went back to my analytics, I noticed that it was getting recommended because the impressions were getting high, but my impression click-through rate was low. What this means is that people are seeing my video, but they are not clicking on it as fast as much as they need to, because my impressions were high. That means that YouTube were recommending my videos because I did everything that I needed to do. I crafted my title, I did my thumbnail, and I did some SEO, which is the tags and the keywords. So but there was a problem. I knew my video was lacking something, but what that means is that it's either my thumbnail is bad or my title is bad, or YouTube was recommending it to a different audience from what I intended to get. And after some hours, I went back to my YouTube studio and YouTube said to me that I need to change my title or my thumbnail. So it's going to tell you that if your video is not getting viewed, because YouTube understood the fact that my video had the value and everything that it needed, but the audience weren't coming, but they were recommending my video. So I needed to do something. It lacked something. It actually asked me to change my thumbnail or my title. So when I went back, I adjusted my title a little bit. I reduced some things in my title. I made it more relatable and understandable. And for my thumbnail, there was something I did. I actually changed the font and the title that is on my thumbnail. I made it more simpler to understand. It was actually explaining what my video was all about. And I changed the font very well, because the font was white in color before, and after everything, I changed it back to black. So after doing that, I re-uploaded. Sorry, I didn't re-upload it. I made the changes, because you can actually edit your thumbnail and your title from your creator studio. So I made those changes. So after I made it and I saved it, it wasn't up to 30 minutes and my videos were getting massive views, and I was getting the comments. People was watching the video, they started watching the video, and they were not only watching it, they were watching it to full, and my retention, my audience retention and my click-through rate increased, and YouTube had to tell me that well done, and my video is getting recommended and it's getting that people on YouTube are watching my video more than usual. So it means that it actually worked, that the problem was from my thumbnail, that it lacked something, probably the details. I didn't include the details very well, and my thumbnail, I needed to adjust something on it. So you need to actually monitor your Creator Studio each time you make your videos, because it's going to provide you with the necessary information you need. If your video is not going well, you need to understand it from there, and you need to see if you're going to change your thumbnail. It is never late to change a thumbnail, okay? So you need to understand if you're going to change your thumbnail or your title, or you need to change some keywords that you use, and make sure if you're adding keywords to your video, make sure it is related to that video. Okay, don't just add a keyword because it's trending, because the algorithm is going to misunderstand the whole thing and is going to push your video to the wrong audience. So after I experimented this, I started taking my thumbnail and my title very seriously, because when people used to say that your thumbnail and your title is what you need to drive views, I don't used to take them serious, because I used to be like, it doesn't even matter. What I need is just to make a good video. So I now understand that even if I make a valuable content, I also need to put my skills and take my time to create my thumbnail and my title, okay? So there is another thing you need to do is, if you want your video to be recommended in the up next page, you know what up next means? Like after watching a particular video, YouTube will recommend another video for you. And if you want your video to be recommended in another person's video, you need to up your SEO skills this time around. You need to include the right keywords. Make sure you include the right keywords that are related to that particular video. So when you do this, it is going to recommend your videos in another related videos. And what this means is that after someone watches the first video, they are going to see that the next video that is coming up is what they need, and it's going to get you recommended and you might get views. You need to supply YouTube with all this necessary information to get recommended, either through the home page or the up next page. So all those things that I said in this video is all you need to up your game in your content creating and your video uploads. You need to implement this in your content creating to get recommended by YouTube and to get more views in your content as a new YouTuber or as a growing YouTuber who doesn't have the audience yet to thrive on YouTube. So you need to do a lot of things, and this is one of the things you need to do. And also, thank you for watching this video to this very point, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe. And thank you to my returning viewers who has always been here for me, who has always been pushing me, and thank you very much. Okay, so I also need you to like this video, as this will help YouTube to recommend it to other people who might actually need it. And if you have any more questions to ask me, you can do that on the comment section, and I would love to answer them. Also, I would like to know your challenges on YouTube so far, as I would like to share a little more tips to you if you care. And also, thank you for coming to my channel once more, and see you in my next video, as I have a lot of things to share to you. So bye.